Good morning, I'm Saverinus from the Catholic University of Indonesia St. Paulus Ruteng. And on this ocean, I made a video related to the current problem. I made this video in order to increase my knowledge in the world of education. And this is also one of my tests in the of course I took. And the course is a listening course. The theme that will be proposed in this video is related to the coronavirus. We all know that this is coronavirus is a virus that is very dangerous from human because it spread through many diseases. As we know, the virus is transmitted through sneezing, and the initial symptom of the virus into the human body when human experience coughing, fever, heat aches, but there are many more symptoms of the entry of this virus. And I think we are therefore keep your health. Okay, let's start with the war, outbreak, epidemic, and pandemic. Those are definitely to the top words that are being used when we're talking about the coronavirus. I really have full picture to have understand those words to imagine a target. You have a central point and then the cycles to get bigger. So an outbreak is an increase in the number of cases this in a particular place. Let me give you an example to understand that. The coronavirus started with an outbreak in one sister state. Over time, it became an epidemic, which is a large outbreak. That means the number of people who have the virus continued to go up quickly and it was over a longer geographic area. Now this week, we also start to hear the four-world pandemic. A pandemic is a global epidemic. It means the number of cases continues to rise rapidly around the world. It means the number of cases continues to rapidly around the globe. It's no longer in one religion or one country. It's across multiple regions, countries, and continues continents. Now, what more world that you may have heard or read that it's related to this an epicenter. An epicenter of a focal point of center point. If we go back to the first example sentence using the word outbreak. Initially, to outbreak in the United States began its resistant state. The epicenter of an outbreak would be the particular neighborhood or location where that outbreak began, and this case in the United States. The epicenter was a nursing home in Washington state, where afterwards a coronavirus moved from an outbreak to an epidemic and the to epidemic. We've needed to respond in different ways. One of one of the first things that you probably heard about restriction. Restriction and limits are ways to control someone or something. For example, right now there are many travel restrictions around the world. It means there's a limit or some control of where you can and cannot travel to. Some companies are also restricting the employees, the may and canceling travel plans or asking employees to stay home at work. A second response is a social distancing. This is a focused effort to reduce close contact between people, and the purpose of social distancing is to slow down the movement of the spread of the coronavirus. This is why we have school closing. This is why large public events are being cancelled and why many businesses have started to increase a mandate. They may be canceling travel plans or asking employees to stay home at work. A second response is social distancing. This is a focused effort to reduce close contact between between people, and the purpose of social distancing is to slow down the movements or the spread of the coronavirus. This is why we have school closing. This is why large public area events being cancelled, and why many businesses have started to increase of meditate telework, which means working from house using the internet, email, and telephone. Social distancing also means choosing to stay home out of the house. For example, if you are going to work or you go to the grocery store and you see your neighbor, social distancing will mean that you don't have close contact. Instead, you keep your distance, and that means a big change in the behavior for a lot for us. Depending on where you live, it might be common to shake someone's hand, hug and hug them, or kiss on the cheek when you see them. But right now, it's better to keep the distance again to slow the spread of transmission of the virus. Another sport that you Another sport that you probably heard a lot about is self quarantine. The word quarantine means to spread and restrict the movement of people who have the coronavirus or have been exposed to it, and those who have not. Many individuals have been asked or have a voluntary to self quarantine, and what that means is they stay home and they restrict their movements. They don't go out in public unless absolutely necessary. For example, if you have to medical appointment, one final word related to this the word isolation. Isolation is the most eight multiple times. This is word that we often use when we're talking about the movement of a virus from a person to another. Earlier, I mentioned that purpose of restriction, social distancing, and self quarantine are to slow that spread or the movement. Okay. Of Social distancing and self quarantine are to slow the spread to the movement of the virus from one person another. And there are the important reason why we're doing this. Of course, number one is to protect you and all of your loved ones. Number two, to protect those who are most vulnerable. So far with the spread in the coronavirus, it seems that elderly individuals or choose one of advanced age and individuals with a composite immune system are most at risk. Urosminovirus, a composite immune system, means a bigger immune system as a result. Someone might get sick more easily, or their body isn't to fight a virus as well as someone with a healthy immune system can. The third important reason to slow down the spread of the coronavirus to reduce the possibility of overstressing, overwhelming, or overburning our health healthcare system and hospitals. Notice that I'm using that preface over with all of choose words when I add the word over. For example, if a hospital is normal, certainly one of the top priorities right now is to make sure the one hospital, our doctors, nurse, all of our medical staff and facilities are able to treat everyone who needs medical attention. Now, if you If you or someone uh, you know does need medical listing specifically related to the coronavirus, I want to highlight some of the most important words you need to know in order to talk your symptoms. You are having a symptom is uh, physical sign of illness. Okay, thank you so much for your watching. I think this is to help you about this is the coronavirus, and I think you keep stay health, many consumption of vegetable, and use mask and hand sanitizer. Okay, thank you so much.